Today I'm back in the garage with my '07 X5 because out of the blue I had a hard start issue. So I'm going to see if I can fix it. So I got ready to start the X5 and it did this. So that was out of the blue. So I'm going to replace the spark plugs and see if that helps. So let's see how to get to these spark plugs. One thing I do know is that this has to come off, I think. On second thought, this is the passenger side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like I'll be able to get to them, but the left side or the driver's side may be a bit difficult. 1, 2, 3 may even be a problem, but the fourth one way back there definitely isn't going to be easy. But since I just had all this stuff off, I know how to take it off. I'm going to see if that helps me get to it. I'm going to start with the most difficult because I've worked on cars enough to know one thing can make a 15-minute job into an hour job. Unlock these guys. Let's see, that should allow this to come up and be free. And yes, it gives me straight access to that. And this, taking this stuff off, only takes a minute or two. And I'm not absolutely sure if I gotta remove this, but it will help with camera angles and it'll help with me getting in there. So I'm gonna take it off. This is, I believe, a 15mm socket. So I took a break, but I think that's gonna give me access to this here, but I'm gonna go practice on the other side to make sure I know what I'm doing. See, does this just come right off? Nice. Okay. I'm guessing this is a pull tab. Nice. And I'll do the same with this one. So I'm gonna free this tube and get it out of the way, but I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I have a bendy extension that will make this easier, but it is not here. So I am going to ruin the camera angle. So that little screw there, that looks like that one there, I'm gonna try and get my little 1/4" drive socket on it. I'm gonna ruin the camera angle, but I'll show you what it looks like when I get it out. And I do have a bendy extension that will make this easier, but it is not here. And you can't see it, but I finally did get the socket on it. And it's coming off. I just hope I don't drop it. Let's see if I can get my hand on it and twist it out. I have an even smaller ratchet. Let's see if that gives me some more clearance. Let's see, is that enough? Yeah, finally. All right. Uh-oh, dropped the screw somewhere. It did not fall far. So now the trick is to see if I can pull this one out. Ugh, strong fingertips. Come on, buddy. So let's see if I can get... Damn, cannot get a good grip. Just want to make sure I'm pulling the right side. Yeah, it is the right side. Let's see if I can get this up under there. All right, here we go. Strong fingers. Now I know you can't see this, but I'm gonna grip the little loop and pull with all my little finger might. But first I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna get a cramp in my finger. Yeah, so this will be the hardest one to get out. I don't think it's ever been removed. I have resorted to putting a pry bar in the loop, and that worked. So let's see if there's room to even get it out. And there's a little clip that holds some tubes that is in the way. In this next little bit, you're going to see me struggle with getting this coil out. But if I were to do this again, I would pull it straight out until it stops. And then the last little bit that is flexible on the coil will allow you to pull it directly towards you as if you're pulling it out of the screen. So if you're watching this in hopes to get help with your E70 spark plugs, that's what I would suggest. Yes, it can almost come out. I saw a tip on a forum to remove the top little clip, so I tried that. Let's see if I can get it out now. This was not fun, but I think I just about got it. Just about. After all of that, finally got it out. Ugh. But I did drop the clip down there, so I gotta find it. But yeah, so I took this off, and there is space over in this area to pull it out. And once you get it this way, this far, this rubber part kind of lets you pull it the rest of the way. That should be the hardest one to pull. Let's see if I can get the spark plug out now. All right. Got the extensions in the socket in there. Let's see if I can even get this ratchet on the end of it. All right, I got it in there. Let's see if I can get it out. Camera angles are just terrible on this one. So I got the spark plug socket on the spark plug, and that is 2 short extensions that I have on the end of it. So I'm going to use a universal joint, a longer extension, to see if I can back it out. Tons of fun this little angle is. Let's see if I can get it out. I think it's coming out. I think I'm actually backing the spark plug out now, but this is a pain. So after dropping everything down there once, this combination of extensions turned out to be the one that worked for me. Now I thought I could do it with this, but by the time I put this on the end of it, I didn't have much room to ratchet it. This gave me a bit more clearance and I was able to get it out. But once I loosened it, I then had to fish it out with a magnet. So I used all of this to get out the back one. This just kept coming off of this. So like, you know what? I reached in there with this magnet and I was able to pull it out. So yeah, this, I'm assuming this back one here is the hardest one. And this will prove to be difficult, but I'm gonna see if I can fish this in there and get the thread started. So I'll know that the thread started if I pull this out and the spark plug doesn't come with it. All right, this is a long shot, but at that angle, I mean, I really didn't want to risk cross-threading it. So let's see. I guess it worked. Let's go ahead and tighten it down. Now I'm going to use a regular socket to tighten it down, because sometimes the little rubber thing that holds the spark plug comes out, and this would be a pain to fish it out. So yeah, I'm just using a regular socket. So I tightened it some more with my hand until it stopped, and I had to put the sockets in there piecemeal. The socket with one 3-inch extension, and then I put the second 3-inch on after it. All right, I'm tightening it. All right, pretty sure that's bottomed out and tightened a little more. So now let's just get this thing out of here and get that coil back on. This car drives fantastically, but it should not be this difficult to replace a spark plug. Now trying to get this bad boy back in. And I'm damned, getting it in seems like it's gonna be a lot easier than getting it out. A lot easier. There's nothing like doing something and then realizing that there is an easier way. Now, I don't know if I could have pulled it out this way, but I was able to get the coil back in through the path that you can see right here. So I'm just gonna push it all the way in, put the little latch back on, and then move on to the others. But that's crazy. I spent all that time when it looks like I could have done it this way. There. Finally got it on. Let's see if I can go ahead and plug this back up. So after fighting with it a bit, I finally got the plug back in, the latch back down, and it is now depressed all the way onto the spark plug. So now I can finally move on to the easier ones. So I'm moving right along to the next one, which is still another bad camera angle, but see what I can do. That might be a straight shot with a bunch of extensions. Let's see. So yeah, the long trick didn't work. So back to the two short ones. The two short ones seems like it's gonna do the trick. And it cracked. Nice. So this is three 3-inch extensions. And there's just enough space. Back it out the rest of the way with my hand. And then it's magnet time. Really, I could have used a spark plug socket on this. And look at there. Going spark plug fishing. Got one. I know this is another bad angle, but see if I can fish it in there. And it is looking good. Fish it out. Now, fishing this one back in. And yep, I'm still using the tube trick. So either the threads are biting or it's just spinning at the bottom there. And again, I'll know if I pull the tube out, spark plug comes with it, that means it never got lined up. Right? I think it got lined up because the tube is torquing on itself. So let me pull it out. There you go. All right, the crush washer should be crushed. Now I can take it out and put the coil pack back on. Now I'm gonna put this back in. A lot easier than the other one. Gotta make sure it's pushed on really good. All right, the two rear ones are done. Now I'm gonna put this little keeper on. I don't know if that's the real name for it. And it's labeled front. It doesn't say back, but if you know what the front is, then the other one must be the back. All right, it's on. And I actually went and got my little bendy extension. It's gonna make things a lot easier. Let me see if I can get it started with my fingertips. Dadgummit, I dropped it. All right, I found it. 20 minutes later, we are going to try it again. And there we go. With my little bendy extension. For whatever reason, I wanted to go in crooked. So I'm trying to start again with my fingers and risk dropping it again. But there it is, started. Little itty bitty ratchet to the rescue. Oh. So the two rear ones on the driver's side are done. Let's move on to the easier ones. Let's see if these are actually easier or I'm kidding myself. So this should be straightforward. Take that out. Let that one come out. Yeah, these come right out. This is pretty much a straight shot. Yeah, I think it's going in. So yeah, see the tube torquing on itself? All right, pull out. The reverse to tighten. You get the idea. Lather, rinse, repeat. I probably won't show this one. It's the same process, but I may show one of the other side because they're more out in the open. I'll go ahead and put these back in, and I am happy there's plenty of room for them. Very, very happy. That's one. Go ahead, lock it in. The other one. So now just make sure they're fully seated. Now let's see if I can put the keeper back on without dropping something. You know what? I'll take that. Let's see if any of these are difficult. Okay, I already got the front two off. The back ones may be a little challenging, but they don't look nearly as hard as the driver's side. Let's get to it. Oh, this looks like a lot of space. Look at that. And that wasn't even a spark plug socket. Felt like that one was on way tighter than the others. So my GoPro is about to die, but you see the drill. If I have any issues getting the rear ones out on the passenger side, I'll let it charge, come back and update you as to any problems I have. But based on what I'm looking at, it doesn't look like there will be. Itty bitty ratchet to get the keeper bolt off. And let's see if these guys give me any issues. Yep, hard to get off. I just put the screwdriver between the latch and the coil, twisted, and it pops it free. All right, let's see if we can just pull them out. That is an awkward angle. All right, I got the front one off by doing this and pulling. This one doesn't give me much room, so but I still got it. No problems getting that one out either. Yeah, so this being a rear one, I expected some clearance issues, but none. The only one I had clearance issues with were the ones on the driver's side. One because of the hoses, and two because of whatever's happening over there with the brakes and the firewall. But yeah, all these are coming out smooth. I had a guy question as to whether this hose method was actually always necessary, and it's absolutely not necessary. But these are the situations where I like it. These blind spark plug holes where you can't see but you can feel. Yeah, you could feel it with an extension as well, but I just feel better doing it this way. New one on the right, old one on the left. The electrode is a bit worn, so I'm hoping this does actually solve my startup issues. So that's it. All 8 spark plugs on my E70 replaced. I'm gonna clean up a bit and give it one start to see if it works better, but then I'm going inside because I am drenched. But first I am gonna put this back on. And now everything's done. The keeper is back on, the last pair. All right, let's see if it starts better. Started right up. Fresh spark plugs work wonders. All right, got a lot of warnings. I am going to turn them off. But yeah, fresh spark plugs and it started right up. So I'm glad I can drive this tomorrow because I'm picking up somebody. If you would like to follow along as I continue to make this E70 a good daily driver and an excellent trip car, hit subscribe. And if you just like hanging out and watching someone tinker in their garage, another reason to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.